Unordered map is the same as hash maps, is the same as a dictionary. Anytime you have a key value pair, you have a hash map or a dictionary or something. They call it an unordered map, which they are inherently unordered anyway, because they access by key value pairs. You don't do zero, you don't do element numberings indexing. Keys have to be unique, values can be duplicated. Yeah, so all of this is, they do have a map which does keep things in order. So I'm thinking that's why they do unordered map. Typically, if we need things to be in order, we do arrays. And this is all the methods. So let's look through unordered map fun. Does everybody have fun with unordered maps yet?
Not yet.
Not yet? Yeah, it's so much fun. Actually, it's once you get here, it's like, oh, this is easy because it's just like a hash map or a dictionary. You do need to include the unordered map library and look at this thing.
Unordered map.
Yep, that's how you create a map. So unordered map is what we're creating, right? This is the type of information that's in the first. The key is a string, and a key can be a string or an int, but in this case, it's a string. The value is an int, so that's what we're indicating right there. As this is the key data type, this is the value. We don't have to do that in Python because we type in what it is and Python recognizes it. Java, we have to be specific also. We have to say, because they are what are called strictly typed languages. Where Python is actually a scripting language. It's considered a scripting language. But it's adding more and more pieces of like a regular, like a strictly typed language like this, which is faster over time. So how do we insert? Well, this is like append. Is that dictionaries are append? I can't remember. .get. Okay, it doesn't matter. I can't remember what it is. Anyway, we insert a value, key, value, key, value, key, value. Looks familiar, right? Syntax is different to protect the innocent. We've seen this before. This is how you can use a for each loop. We've worked with for each loop. Well, auto lets us determine the data type automatically. And I put that in there just because we've never done anything with auto before. I just left it in there. Auto means that C++ determines the data type. Now, is that going to be faster than saying this is a data type? No, because C++ has to do some work, and I can't remember why that's in there.
Or is first?
First is key, second is value. So it is a little bit funky.
Oh,
Or
interesting.
that's one of the ways you can loop through it. Oh, and I confused Jess with this the other day. If you have a for loop and you only have one line, you don't need curly braces, but to be consistent, I like curly braces. I just forgot to put it in one of the assignments, and Jess is always correcting my stuff, which is good. Hey, I like it. Yeah, I like questions. I like to be corrected. So you loop through it. There's probably a different way to do this. I haven't looked at this since last year, but this is like, get the key, right? We know the key is 10. This will retrieve the value. So the key at 10 would retrieve the value 10, the number 10.
Yeah.
And we use the bracket operator to change the value, and then we rotate through it again to print it out. And let me put my little braces in there, which I should have done. I'm always in favor of being explicit rather than implicit. And that's actually one of the rules of writing Python code. Be explicit rather than implicit.
And can we use at to change the value? Like.
That's a good question.
At
Probably.
10 equals.
That retrieves it.
Yeah,
I don't know if we can if we can change it or not.
it should work. It works in C.
Then it should. Yes. We can try it.
Accessing element.
Insert, access by assigning a new value, because at would retrieve it and then you assign a new value. Yeah, that would make sense. Where was I at here? So
If we try to use at.
it just won't compile if it doesn't write. Sometimes using a method like that is safer, more memory safe than using brackets. So that's a good thought. Probably does, so terminal, let's see, run build task. Let's see if it gives us trouble.
Should work.
And
Why is
activate,
Java activating?
I have no idea. It always does that. It goes through like everything it knows about
Gradle.
and activates it, and then finally something compiles. It would be a lot quicker to do it from the command line, wouldn't it? All right, so the terminal's done. We'll bring up the terminal again. And let's see, forgot the name of it.
Unordered map.
Unordered map fund, yeah. Yeah,
Mhm.
10 is now 100. Mike, you're a genius.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Well, in that case, you were. I hadn't thought of that. But that typically, that's a safer way to do things when you have a method as part of the object. Because UMAP is a class and we're using a class method. And typically a class method is going to have better checking,
Yeah.
you know, memory checking and stuff. Or if you just use the square brackets, that comes back, that goes back to C, which is not as, maybe not as safe as C++. So there are differences between them besides C not having objects. Because in C, you wouldn't have this because there are no objects. They don't have class, it doesn't have classes. C++, we have classes. Or do they have this in C? See, I haven't ever used C. I've always done C++. Anyway,
I'm doing C now.
all right, there it is. It looks beauteous. We know everything we need to know about that. Unordered map fund, then I can't remember the assignment. Oh, fruit inventory. This looks familiar, doesn't it?
Yeah, we did it in what, in
Yeah.
Java or Python.
This is the same program. We're just doing it in a different language, so it'll be very similar. And sometimes that's something that's a good practice to do is convert the program yourself. Yes, of course, you could paste your Java program into ChatGPT and it'll zip right out with a C++ version. But then do you learn anything? No, you just learn how to use ChatGPT. And then when you have a job and somebody actually wants you to do something besides put it in ChatGPT, what are you going to do? You're going to say, oh, my teacher told me to do that, right? No? Okay.